WPPM LP Philadelphia.
I've been waiting so long. Knew I was about to get the shit and we're back in the beginning. And if you want it, you got it. I've been waiting. I've been waiting a long time on this. I can tell you I've been working in the time to see. We were coming on the way, but I can tell you again. If you want it, you have it. You got it. I've been waiting a long time on yours.
Yep. Share from there.
Yeah, I'm going to do it now. Before I forget.
It's the Career Seeker Show live on WPPM FM 106.5 Philadelphia. I'm your host from the world's #1 diversity recruiter, Kenneth L. Johnson. Tiffany Sutherland, career coach. Alberta Bertolino, recruitment coach. Videographer, Bill Martin. And together, we are your #1 source for career and job search information. We'll be back after the break.
The Career Seeker Show on WPPM FM Philadelphia. Insightful advice for those seeking more than just a job, but a career from the nation's top diversity recruiter, Kenneth L. Johnson. Whether you're starting your career, changing careers, or looking for that next great opportunity, the Career Seeker Show provides a virtual GPS that delivers real career advice that leads you to your career destination.
It's the Career Seeker Show live on 106.5 FM WPPM Philadelphia, people-powered media at its best. What's good, Philly? Man, it's like 90 degrees out here. This is crazy, but I'm loving it. It's a special day. I just wanted to let everybody know. Know what? I want to give everybody some time to log in and check us out at phillycam.org. For all my people out there in the DMV, check us out at phillycam.org. For all my people, New York City, Harlem World, you know what it is, East Coast Executive Facebook fan page. And for everybody in Philly, please lock us in 106.5 because today we have a special guest. I got my girl, Kanika Tolver, in studio, and we are just going to just chop it up and do what we do, man. This is a special day right here. I've been waiting for this one. She came all the way out from Maryland just to kind of hang out with the Career Seekers team. So it's a good look. Hit us up at US Career Seekers, at KL Johnson Info. We are here until 4 o'clock. You know what we do. It's the Career Seeker Show. All right, I'm just going to lock right in. It's a beautiful day out here today. I'm going to lock in, and you know what? I'm going to let you, I need you to do me a favor. I'm going to lock in, everybody, and I'm going to shut up for a second just because I have so much respect for this young lady that's here with me today. Kanika Tolver, what's really good?
Hey, well, how you doing?
I'm good. How's everything with you?
I'm good.
Welcome to Philadelphia.
Thank you.
Yeah, City of Brotherly Love. This is what we do. So we just trying to show a little love to you, man. I see you moving and shaking. You got the book with you?
Yes.
You know what? Tell my audience who Kanika Tolver is. Like, give us the. I don't even want to say the brand statement, but hit us up with. Tell us who you are.
My name is Kanika Tolver. I am from Washington D.C.
Yeah.
I am AKA career coach, AKA career dropout, AKA the cool geek. I specialize in helping professionals realize their dreams through career happiness, through career control. And I am also the author of Life Rehab, Don't Overdose on Pain, People in Power, which is a book that I wrote back in 2014. It's a 5-star rated book. And it's just, really about my personal journey as a woman, finding my true authentic self and not overdosing on painful situations, relationships that were not healthy for me. And power is pretty much about materialism, money, job titles, all the things that we acquire that we sometimes feel like it has to validate us.
Tell me about, you said something really interesting. Career dropout. I love it. Tell me about that. Is it what it seems to be?
Career dropout is not what it seems to be. I think a lot of people correlate career dropout with leaving your job to start a business or leaving your job to follow your dreams and doing something like maybe being an athlete or being a celebrity or music artist. But it's really about dropping the dream, dropping the career for the dream, meaning that you can drop out of a job that you don't like. You can do a career change. You can say that I want to switch industries because I'm not happy anymore. So career dropout is really about being focused on living a non-traditional career path that is going to make you feel happy inside.
Okay, so you kind of just disrupting what people typically view as the proper career path and doing what makes you feel happy.
Exactly.
I like it. Yep. I like it. So tell me a little bit about your story. How'd you get into this space?
I got into this space a couple of years ago when I left my good federal government job.
Good government job. Okay.
And I actually started to just get into helping people with their resumes. It kind of was like, oh, people wanted to, they wanted to get more information about how they can get in the government or how they could actually make six figures like I was doing in tech. Mm-hmm. And I just was like, wow, people are actually getting jobs after I do their resumes. But then it got to a point where people were coming to me with more than just, I want my resume done. Okay. They were coming to me more about, how do I change my personal issues to help, elevate my career. Gotcha. So like sometimes people have a lot of other issues that are more personal that could be affecting their career path. Mm. So then the coaching kind of started, and then I started to offer like other different services, started doing like, workshops at colleges, okay. With at Bowie and at PG Community College and then at high schools. And then I was like, wow, I really am passionate about helping people get money. So then I just like, thing, right? Then I said, well, maybe I am a career coach, so and I really like inspiring young minorities because where I'm from is, all black high school, all black college. Yeah. I live in an all black county, one of the richest black counties in the world. And I just saw that people was like, wow, like, how did you make six figures before 30? Could you teach me? I don't understand how. And that's kind of how I got into it.
Well, we're glad you got into it and you do it so well. The Career Seeker Show, your #1 source for career and job search information with a focus on diversity. So your lane is our lane. This is what we do out here. I wanted to speak to you about kind of how we met. You're pretty active on social media.
Yes.
Yeah, that's your thing. Hit everybody with the Twitter handle.
The Twitter handle is at Kanika Tolver. That's KANIKATOLVER.
Yeah. So, all right, listen, I want to speak about this. I know when I originally reached out to you, it was about an article that you did for Glassdoor.com.
Yes.
And what was the title of that article? Do you recall?
The title of that article, I think it was it the one of relaunching your career, or
it was like the 4 tips for, I can't remember. I really probably should have had that.
I mean, I can pull it up real quick. I have the articles up, so if you want me to pull it up, but I think it was before the 2018 article, but the 2018 article came out in December. I think it was like probably like towards October, November-ish.
Possibly.
Yeah. But I started working with Glassdoor. I just reached out to them. I started sharing some of my own personal blogs that I have written on my website, which is kanikatolver.com. Mm-hmm. And I like Glassdoor because it gives me an opportunity to not only just blog about giving tips, but I don't know if you felt that, but I try to tell my personal career story and all of my tips. That's what drew me in. So I make it very relatable because I've had a lot of career heartbreak.
Really?
Yes. Okay. And I think that people they resonate with the actual with the articles is because of that. It's because I'm very transparent about what went well and what didn't go well. So for me, I really enjoy talking about this happened and how I found a solution to it.
Okay. I always try to tell career seekers that we work with, you have to stay solution focused. I did a class today. Mm-hmm. You know what? You were here today. You've been here all morning. I should have brought you to my class. I should have brought you to my class. I don't know what I was thinking. I did a class in South Philly today for, what's the name of that program? New Choices.
Okay.
And it was an incredible class. I'm realizing how international the city is getting. I think 7 people out of the 14 were bilingual and from different countries.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, amazing. But we had a great class, and we were speaking about, I did a presentation called How to Land Your Dream Job, but it really was just about resources to disrupt job search. And I see that a lot of stuff you speak about is kind of flipping job search. It's not about, flipping career. And it's not about kind of what people's expectations are for you, but what it is that you want to do.
Yes.
And I think that's what attracted me to a lot of the stuff you speak about, like from employee to empowered, you know, how to take back control of your career.
Right.
And those type of statements are just powerful statements. So how has that resonated in some of the things that you do work-wise?
I think for me, I wanted to, as a millennial career coach and as a woman, I wanted to bring a little bit something more different to the career coaching space, because I think a lot of times when I was looking at what a career coach was, I saw that it was a lot of older, you know, executive people that have been in the industry for like 25,
right.
30 years. So I wanted to pretty much say, you know, what are the heartbreaks or career heartbreaks or the things that people struggle with within the first 5 to 10 years? Because I think that's the part where you're really trying to find your sweet spot, sure. Where you're trying to find like, am I really going to be able to want to be in private sector or government or nonprofit? Do I actually want to work 100% in the office every day? Do I want to, you know, work remote? I think we continue to stop focusing so much on job search, because I think that those things are pretty much already created for you. As far as with all the job boards, they're so sophisticated now that you don't really need to technically always just focus on that. I think teaching people how to create a strategy that's going to match their job search. So if I'm looking for opportunities that are going to make me happy, meaning that I tell my clients, focus on being empowered by what is your to-do list. Like finding a job is kind of like finding a man. You got to have expectations. Okay. So I focus on telling people, like, you know, if you want to be 15, 20 minutes from their house, that's an expectation. Right. If you want to be able to work from home once or twice a week, that's an expectation. Sure. If you're willing to take a pay cut to even be able to be closer to home, that's okay. You know, I just think sometimes we so focused on getting a job offer that we're not really seeing what can the job offer us.
You know, just in listening to some of the things that you're saying, are you a vision board advocate?
To a certain degree. I haven't done a vision board in a very long time, and I think my vision board would look totally different than it would 5 years ago.
Okay, yeah, it's supposed to, but that's a good thing, right?
Because the things were so like superficial on the board, you know, a lot of things that I don't even care about, like jewelry and money and you know, all these big cars and houses. I think my vision board would look more focused on quality of life. And I think as you get into your career path, you will start to see that the things that you thought you wanted right out of college, 10 years from now in your career, they're not going to be 100% of the things that you care about as you mature and as you evolve as a human being.
You know, I was on a call, and it was one of your fellow, what are you guys, I guess, what are you, if you're from Maryland, what are you? Like, if you're from Pennsylvania, you're Pennsylvania. If you're from Maryland, what are you?
We call it the DMV. So if you're from
Maryland, so he's from the Rockville area. But anyway, so
that's in Montgomery County. So you know, I'm PG County. I don't know.
Like, you know, so Washingtonians.
Washingtonians, yeah. Right. Or PG people, or you know, yeah. I mean, PG County has, you know, its own little world. Like Wale's from PG. Yeah. You know, so.
So I was speaking to my man Stephen Hart. He does you know Stephen.
Yes, actually, I'm about to be on this show. So
I did this show last night.
Oh, you did? Yeah. We're setting up a date. We connected already. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to him. He actually is in my area.
He's in Maryland, right? Yeah, right. So he was telling me about another gentleman. I believe it's in Maryland that has this thing called a success board.
Oh, okay.
And I can't remember the gentleman's name, but I'll get it for you.
Okay.
But I think he's in Maryland as well. He was just speaking about how interactive and how direct this actual success board, as far as, you know, setting goals and setting dates and things of that nature. It's really a more intense vision board. And he was telling me about this last night, and I was like, wow, you know, that's interesting. I have to take a look at that. Yeah. But, good guy. I'm glad to hear
I think you said something that's very important. I think we look at vision boards as something that's 100% about taking some magazines and cutting up things and pasting it on a board. But you said goals, deadlines. You know, due dates. And I think in order to really be successful in life, you have to put yourself under some type of metrics.
Indeed. That, you know, it's really important. It's an accountability piece for yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you have to do that. So, all right. So if I did this thing in my class today, and I don't mean to put you on the spot right now. Right? Okay. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I know just from our conversations, I call Kanika my little sister now. So I just want everybody to know
what up, bro?
Yeah. so just from our conversations, I know that you're going to have an answer to this. But what's at the top of that goal list for you right now? Like, what are you working toward right now?
Right now, I am working towards expanding the brand beyond the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. I'm looking to globalize myself as someone that cares about all career professionals. I think my niche right now thus far has been minorities and women in tech, and minorities in tech, because that's what I am trying to reach, because that's my story. Sure. I just feel like my brand and my story is based off of my experiences. So I try not to step too far out the lane, because I think it's an overly saturated market of coaches, and I'm just trying to uniquely brand myself as like one of the coolest career coaches out there that's going to teach you how to secure the bag, that's going to teach you strategically how to make six figures, but doing it in a way that's going to be happy, not about just getting money and feeling unhappy. So I would say right now, my ultimate goal is to work on my second book and to focus on more placements that's going to, like, Glassdoor and Forbes and things like that. So
position yourself,
position myself, but position myself in a way where we have more conversations about the workplace with women and things like that. So, and I'm not trying to jump on the whole Me Too movement or the woman movement, but I mean, it's just something that we haven't really discussed a lot in the past, because I dealt with a lot of things being a woman in the workplace.
And it's just interesting. I was asked recently, what two areas do I focus in on at East Coast Executives in the diversity space, because you can throw that diversity term out there, but where's your focus? And I said, for us, it's just so easy to be focused on race and gender, because that's the lane that I've always operated in. So that's kind of where I kind of, set my hat down. But when you look at the numbers, and if you're talking about the Fortune 500, and there's only 3 African-American CEOs, and 5% of the CEOs are women, there's room to grow. There's space there for what we do. So, like, I always set that up. Like, I don't apologize for focusing in on those areas. It's like I can't be everything to everyone, and I think that's what I hear you saying. Like, I want to focus in on something that means something to you.
I think my broader, more broad or generalized messaging in my Glassdoor articles are very applicable to anybody.
Right.
I don't really talk about gender or race on Glassdoor. I feel like the advice that I give is my story, but you'll never hear me talk about I'm giving this advice based off of being, because if I was on Black Enterprise writing, then I would focus on talking to the audience of Black Enterprise. But with Glassdoor, knowing that the audience is so diverse, I feel like the tips that I give is applicable to a white female, a white male, an Asian woman. So I think overall, I feel like finding career happiness, 50% of full-time employees are not engaged. So that's a worldwide issue. That's not a race issue. That's a career professional problem.
And if you probably even just looked closer at that number and kind of just dug in on what is the percentage of people that just aren't happy in their job, it's probably even just higher. Like, people that are looking for another job. I always tell this story. It's basically, 50% of the people might not be engaged, and 73% of the people are looking for new opportunities. It's just you have to make that phone call and present it. But it's interesting, so many people are out here living a life that they don't necessarily want, and they're chasing a check or chasing some materialistic things like you had mentioned. And I think your process to helping people kind of see around those obstacles and to move forward in a way that's going to serve them for years to come. Because when you're doing something that you enjoy,
it doesn't feel like work.
Like,
and I'm be working for myself and leaving my mid 6-figure job, I actually feel a lot happier, and I don't make nowhere near that today. Being a one, it's been my first year, right? Being a full-time entrepreneur. But you're right. I feel like it doesn't feel like work. But I don't want it. I don't want professionals to go to work crying and being upset and to feel like they're not utilized. So that's what we're going to be talking about later on today. Is just about the empowerment part. How do you stay empowered just doing those situations?
So when we come back after the break, we will talk a lot about that and also your book. All right?
Okay.
It's Career Seeker Show live on WPPM 106.5 Philly. Let's get